So we'll start seated comfortably. So I think this morning we'll take some time to set up ourselves, coming out of our head, grounding into the body, and then we'll just do a 3-part breath practice and move on to the movement then. So be comfortable. Eyes closed. Seated comfortably. Relaxed posture. Eyes softly closed. Gaze turned inward. We can rest our body for a few moments, holding our body still and giving up the weight of the body, letting the body sink into the seat beneath and through the feet into the earth beneath. And perhaps in doing so, letting go of a layer of tension. Coming out of your head, feel the presence of your body. And then feeling the presence of your body, connecting with your inner body space. Soften it. Soften your belly. Soften your ribs and chest. Soften your shoulders. Relax your lower jaw. Soften your mouth. Soften your eyes. Giving your breath its freedom. And then watching your body breathe just for a few rounds of breath. Experiencing your inhale and the movement of the body, boundaries of the body, expanding, opening outwards, and experiencing your exhale and the perceived boundary of the body moving back in. And now coming to place one hand on your belly. So we'll start to take the breath in and out through the belly. So as you inhale into your belly, experiencing your hand rising. And as you exhale, experiencing your hand moving back into your body. Inhale, hand rising. Exhale, hand falling. First part of a full, natural, relaxed breath. Belly rises, diaphragm drops. Air is drawn in. On your exhale, belly moves back into your body, contracting. Diaphragm moves back up, and the air exits the body. Keep your breath relaxed. Now, bringing your hands to the sides of your ribs, feeling your ribs. Breathing into your ribs and out of your ribs, so that as you inhale, you find your hands moving to the sides and opening a bit to the front, perhaps two to the back, but certainly experiencing this broadening action in your ribs as you inhale, and the ribs folding, moving back, closing back, wrapping back into the body on the exhale. Nice, slow, long breaths in and out through your ribs. Intercostal muscles, peeling the ribs apart, opening the rib cage, bringing the ribs back into the body then. Keep your belly rising and falling as before as well. And now relax your hands. Bring one hand to the top of the breastbone, underneath the collarbones. Beginning to take breaths in and out through the chest, as it were, so that as you inhale, breastbone lifts. You feel your hand rising, and as you exhale, breastbone falls. You feel your hand falling. Bringing awareness to the third part of a full natural breath. Intercostal muscles are opening the ribs, and the accessory muscles are lifting the breastbone, collarbones rising. And of course the belly still rises and falls, so the diaphragm can move up and down as well. So full, natural, complete breath done in a relaxed way. Release your hand down, and we'll take some more of these breaths. Belly rising, ribs broadening, breastbone lifting on the inhale, and on the exhale, all these body parts are moving back into your body. Ideally breathing with your mouth softly closed. Belly rises, ribs open and broaden. Then the broadening action becomes a lifting action. Chest, collarbones lifting slightly. And then notice at the end of the inhale, just a momentary pause. Just notice that pause, be in it. And letting the exhale come in its own time. And at the end of the exhale, a momentary pause, be in that pause. And allow the inhale then to come in its own time, keeping your belly soft. Opening the ribs, floating the breastbone. And as you continue for a few more rounds, taking these full, natural, relaxed breaths, staying mindful of the breath, and also softening on the inside, so your inner body space, letting that soften. So the breath comes and goes quite easily. Perhaps with pauses, comfortable momentary pauses at the beginning and at the end of the breath that you sort of sit in silence. until the next phase of the breath is initiated. Always making sure to stay very comfortable with the breath work. Keeping the process very relaxed, very comfortable, pleasant even. So let's take a couple of more of these, just a couple more of these full, complete, relaxed, natural breaths. Letting your body breathe. Stay mindful of your breath coming and going. And now also including a sense of your entire body. Bringing your entire body into awareness and opening to a sense of the room that you are in. Letting the practice come to a comfortable end, taking your chin down towards your chest so your gaze is down, eyes are still closed. And keep your gaze down but open your eyes so that you adjust again to be present and alert and fully awake. And mark the end of this exploration of the breath. Now lifting your head when you're ready. Good. We'll progress to doing some movement. So, shoulders and stuff. Begin there. We'll start raising the shoulders towards the ears and releasing them down away from the ears on the exhale. So inhale, raise your shoulders, and exhale, descend your shoulders. Right. So we'll do a few of these. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. And introduce rotations then, rolling your shoulders. Now, it's important that we feel what's going on. So it's not just physical, but we want to experience the movement. Rolling. That's it. Let's change the direction. Rolling backwards. And one more time, changing the direction. Rolling your shoulders forward, letting it be comfortable, pleasant, nice, and then pausing. On an inhale, raising the shoulders up towards the ears, holding them up towards the ears, holding them. On the exhale, relaxing your shoulders down. Inhale, raise your shoulders up towards your ears, hold them for a moment. Exhale, slowly relax your shoulders down. Inhale, raise again your shoulders up towards your ears, hold them there for a moment, and exhale, relax down. Pause for a moment, and I will seesaw one shoulder up, bring it down, raise the other shoulder up, bring it down, and we'll go side to side, one shoulder, the other shoulder. Nice, don't overdo it. I feel okay. Good. And pausing, coming to the head. Take your chin towards your chest, slowly, carefully, lengthening the back of your neck, and inhale, raising your chin again. So we'll repeat that a few times, dropping the chin, raising the chin. Remember to move slowly, move carefully, and importantly, move with awareness. So the practice becomes like an embodiment practice, deepening our connection to our physical form. Okay, come to the center, and now we'll turn our head slowly, carefully towards one shoulder. Don't overdo it. And then slowly, carefully turn your head to the second shoulder. Don't overdo it. And let's go side to side. side to side. Lovely. Alright, come back to center. Flex your elbows, bend your elbows. Raise one shoulder again. Drop it, raise the second shoulder again. And we'll seesaw shoulders side to side a few times. Now the next time you raise a shoulder, keep it lifted. And lean your head towards that shoulder and drop the second shoulder down. Just get a stretch in the neck. Not too long, not too strong. Inhale, come up. Go in the other direction. Always be careful with the neck. 3, 2, 1. And coming back up to center. Inhale, both shoulders up. Exhale down. And we'll do several of these. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let it feel good. And now introduce your rotations. And here, not just moving the shoulders, but also bring your shoulder blades into the movement. Start to bring awareness to the upper back. Let's change direction. Loosen up that whole area. 3, 2, and 1. Pause. And now half rotations, forwards and back, over one shoulder. Good. And let's change shoulders. Great. And pause. Arms by your side. Take one arm to the center and then taking it towards the vertical. Now, just as high as is okay. It can be like obviously out forward as well. Stay comfortable. Just reach up a little bit more. And then beginning to make circles with the arm and the hand. Taking the arm and the hand back behind you. And sort of spiraling the limb down towards the earth behind. And then when you come down, change the direction of the spiral. Circles with the hand and arm and spiraling your arm, keeping it back behind and bringing it back up again and exhale. The hand down. Good. Move to the second side. Arm comes towards the vertical. Take a breath or two here. Feel the stretch through the side of the body, through the shoulder, through the arm, and then arm behind, hand behind, introducing your circles, beginning to spiral the limb, keeping it behind and bringing it down behind. When it comes down, change the direction of the circles and spiraling your arm once again. Keeping it behind, but bringing it back up, overhead, and down, and resting your hands. On an exhale, tilt on the sit bones. Keep your spine long, lift the breastbone from the navel, and fold out over your thighs, and let's release the elbows to the thighs. Now, feel your lower back on your inhale and feel your chest on your exhale. So breathe into the lower back and breathe out through the chest. Remember, with your breath, you're looking to continue those long, comfortable, natural breaths so that you'll have movement in your ribs, movement in the chest, movement in the belly. Okay, good. We'll take one arm and we'll reach it back behind. Reach into your fingers. Look forward along the floor. Just make sure there's no tension in the neck. Good, and then we'll change. Stretch back a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, and come back up to the center. Rotate your trunk to one side and being comfortable in the rotation. Gazing towards the back shoulder. But of course, make sure there's no strain in your eyes or tension in your neck. Or tension in the lower back. Okay? Just rotate, soften, take some breaths, feel the pose. Come to the center. And exhale to the other side. Good. Come through the rotation. Stay soft on the inside. Continue to take complete breaths. And exhale, come back to the center. Take a breath in. Position both arms by your side. And inhaling both arms out in front. Take them wider than your shoulders. And towards the vertical. They don't have to get all the way straight, but just reach into your fingers. Again, open the sides of your body. Stretch the shoulders, lengthen the arms. Allow the breath. Yeah? Keep breathing here for 5, 4. You keep breathing, I'll just count. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands down. Inhale, open the front of the body. Exhale, tilting from the sit bones, come into your forward fold again. Releasing elbows to your knees, and perhaps this time, if it's okay, taking your hands down the shins, maybe to the ankles, maybe to the feet, maybe to the toes, just wherever. Now we'll lift the head so we'll keep the front of the spine long. And take some breaths. And again, on the inhale, feeling the lower back, and on the exhale, feeling the chest. Just take 2 more breaths. Nice, long, comfortable, complete breaths. Like slow breaths, don't be in a hurry to take the breath in and out. You know, like 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5 seconds for an in breath, and the same for the out breath. You know, would be good. And on the inhale, let's come back up. So that through the practice we take fewer breaths per minute, yeah, by slowing the breath down. So pause here for a moment, and then come to make circles, rotations with the upper body. And again, as much as you can, moving on the sit bones. So as you go forward and back, you also bring some movement to the lower back. Flexing it and extending it. Great. Let's change the direction. Let it feel good. Good, good. Yeah. And coming back to the center. Placing the hands together in front of the chest. On the inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. Up, back behind you, open the chest. Look up towards the ceiling, and then reaching and bringing your hands together. And exhale, hands down the midline. We'll repeat that maybe 3 more times. So again, the inhale is a sweep of the arms out to the side. Rolling on the sit bones, arching the back, opening the chest, looking up, stretching up, hands together, and exhale, hands down. Maybe we'll do one more together. Okay, leaving the hands in front of your chest for some dynamic rotations. So again, lead with the chest, or lead with the ribs, lead with the trunk. The arms will follow, you know, so rather than swinging the arms around, turn your trunk side to side. Great. Let's do two more to each side. And come back to the center and down. Now, on an exhale, reach down and across towards one inner leg, maybe the knee, maybe the calf, maybe ankle, maybe foot. Good. We'll come back up. We'll just repeat that a few times. So we have a forward fold, bit of a rotation. Good. And let's hold the next one. Just come down. Yeah. Be aware of your back. Let it feel okay. Allow the breath. Yeah, important. 3, 2, 1. And we come back up. Now going down along the second leg and coming back up. So we'll just go down a few times. Great. And the next time you reach down and inside your leg, will stay there. So just go as far as is okay. Just get a comfortable stretch. Give your breath its freedom. Experience what's happening now. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a strong stretch. Often you're better off without a strong stretch, because quite often when the stretch is so strong, we lose the breath and the nervous system gets kind of stirred up, and that kind of state of relaxed awareness, free from tension, that gets lost. So yeah, comfortable stretch. And on the inhale, up we come again. Great. We'll take some breaths, hands together. This time on the inhale, we reach up, arch the back, look up, and exhale is out to the sides, down, hands together. So we'll do a few of these breaths. Let's do two more together. Good. And pause. Okay, side flexion. We'll take one arm, bend it and place the hand behind the head. Push the head back against the hand. Then lean away from the elbow. So lift the elbow, reach out over your head, around the spine. Now you can have the option to stay with the elbow as it is bent behind you, or reach out over your head into your fingertips. Just make sure your breath can stay comfortable. Stretch from the hip to the shoulders to the fingertips, and there's an option if you want to also take hold of the wrist and let it be a pleasant addition to the stretch. Don't overdo it. 3, 2, 1, and inhale up and exhale back down. Okay, second side. So again, you don't have to go through all the steps, right? So the steps are just like, so if you feel like you can go +1, +1, +1, and you're good with it, great. Otherwise, just stay where you have a stretch, your breath's comfortable, feel okay. Yeah. So that's step 1. If you want a step 2, if that's okay, you don't have to do the step 2 now, right? You just do your own practice, you adapt. And if you want a step 3, you don't have to do the step 3. It's just maybe that +1 is there for you. But for some it won't be. Yeah. So you just stay with the step. We'll say 3, that works for you. 2, and 1, up we come, and exhale back down. Great, and now we'll kind of march. So like if you just, if the pose has a few steps, as a group then we can practice together safely by just each of us going to the step, where we have some challenge perhaps, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll just march out again, a few more of these. Swing the arm forward and back. 3, 2, 1. And reach your fingers down by your side. Good. Then reach the arms to the front. Interlace the fingers. Keep the fingers pointed towards you. And on an inhale breath, lower abdomen in. Extend the arms again towards the vertical. They don't have to go all the way overhead if that causes, discomfort. Stretching out in front, you're still lengthening your spine. Allow the breath. How's the breath? Feel the body. And then in the pose, you may find you're in it several seconds and the body gives you a bit more, so you can go a bit further, right? So you never go to your maximum stretch straight away, right? So the stretch is like, it's a process. Okay, 5, keep breathing, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We bring the hands together, and we'll just part the hands in front of the face for a moment. Just gently press on the hands, but don't burst the gut. And then bring the hands in front of the chest. Press on the hands, but don't burst the gut. And rest your hands on your legs, hands wrapped around your knees. So cat-cows on the inhale. Pull on the knees. So you kind of pull yourself off of the buttocks onto the sit bones. Feel an arch coming into the lower back. And then chest out, shoulders back. Lift your chin. Arch your back. On an exhale, push on your knees. So you push yourself back more towards being on the buttocks. Rounding the spine, hunching and looking down. And we'll repeat this several times. As much as you can, move your entire spine. Feel the movement. Gaze turned inward, maybe eyes closed. Have an experience of your spine bowing in one direction and then bowing in the other direction. Flexing, extending. Great. Let it feel okay, don't overdo it. Let's do 2 more. In each direction. Move with your breath. The inhale arches your back, opens the chest. Extends the spine, and the exhale flexes the spine. Rounding your spine and looking down. Good. And on the inhale then, come back to the center. Take the elbows out from your side. Rotate your elbows, so like forearm circles. Cool. Let's change the direction. 3, 2, and that's 1, and then we change direction one more time. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So now make fists, and we'll rotate the fists this time. Good. Change the direction. And reach your arms out to the sides, extend into your fingers. Rotate your arms, and then flex, bend the elbows. Now keep the elbows up around the shoulder. Drop the arms down. Scarecrow, and then inhale up and exhale down. We'll do a few of these. Feel the movement in your shoulders. Say 3, 2, and 1. Reach out to the sides again and down, and let's come to another rotation. Now, just deepening the rotation in the middle upper back. The arm that's gone behind, stretch that out behind you. Look along the arm for a moment, then turn your head and look away from the arm. Look forward, stretch out the chest. Reach back behind you. Good. 3, 2, 1. Center. Turn your trunk in the other direction. Look back behind you. And then reach back behind you. Look along the arm for a moment. And then turn your head away from the arm. Stretch out across the chest. 3, 2, and 1. We'll come back to the center. Take one knee out to the side. So we open the knee out to the side, but we keep the opposite leg and our waist and the trunk still facing forward. Hands on your knees. Just encourage the knees to open away from one another. And if it's okay, extending your arms out parallel to the floor. Now again, just using your leg strength, groin strength, keep the hips open, keep the knees kind of opening apart. And turning your head to look out along the arm that's stretched out over your side leg. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, bring your hands down onto the knees. Then just lean towards the side leg and take that hand, like we did before, but we're stretching down again inside the leg. Now just go as far as is okay. Like, how's the neck? How's the breath? You know, so just keep all of those in place. So there's the physical, there's the stretch, but keep the inner body soft. Keep your breath flowing. We can hold the pose, you know, it's fine. You don't go too far. Like resting the elbow or on the thigh is an option, of course, or the hand, yeah. It's just taking it down inside the leg brings more challenge. Now again, so you have to find just a place where you can work. Top shoulder can roll back. You can roll your head, if it's okay for your neck to do so, to gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe stretch up. Maybe stretch up and turn your head forward, you know, like play. Just find in the pose what works for you. Good. Triangle pose. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then come back up. We'll do that to the other side. So there's probably about 5 steps there in triangle. And I just, you know, so you don't have to go to 5 and find that's too much and then do nothing. You can go to 1 and stay there and you're doing something. Or you can go to 2 or +1, 3, whatever, yeah. So, okay, we open. The thing I see happening the most common in all classes is people go a step too far and the pose collapse and they just stop. And it just, you know, I see it all the time in classes. But if you just go to step 1, then you can work for the 60 seconds, you know, instead of just, you know. So I just, like, so it's really important we make the practice our own and we adapt. So then, as I say, yeah, you can have 60 seconds of work instead of whatever, you know, just 15 seconds and then collapsing. So we'll sit up tall. Yeah, it's very common in yoga classes. So because I think we always want to go to all the way, you know. So here we're opening the knees apart. And the other one is that I see a lot is that people get so focused on the physical that they lose the breath, or they lose the attunement to the present moment, sort of state of relaxed awareness. We'll turn our head. Yeah. Or the nervous system is stirred up because there's tension being brought into the pose. Yeah, I think those are the 2 most probably common. There's probably more if I thought about it, but there you go, there's 2 for now. All right, all of that said. So, step 1, we lean out to the side. Hinge, good. Side fold, hand on the knee. That's step 1. How's the breath? How's the nervous system? How's the inner dialogue, right? We want calm. Okay, so step 2, go a little bit lower, elbow on the knee, and then hand down inside. How's the breath? Roll the top shoulder. Good. Okay, so next step we'll say, this time, is to reach the arm up. Now, that might be okay, or maybe you prefer to put the hand behind your head, you see. Maybe you can go down a little bit further. Oh, maybe the head can turn, or the hand can stretch up, you see. So each of those little extra bits are plus ones, which might work for you, or they might not, in which case you can hit reverse. Good. Okay, we'll take a couple of breaths here, wherever you are, it's all good. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, up we come. Bring your leg back to the front. Lovely, good. Okay, we'll forward fold again. So hinging at the hips, resting, elbows on the knees. Maybe stay there, or reach down along your legs. Maybe stay there. Or if it's okay, cross over your hands. But that's got to be okay for your back, right? Otherwise, don't do it. Keep your hands apart. As I say, adapt the pose. Do your own practice. If your hands are across, let's change the cross. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale. Push the body back up. Come back up to sit. Pause for a moment. Take the arms wide. Let's touch the shoulders. Bring the elbows together. Open the elbows apart and extend out the arms. Good. So we'll do a few of these. Good. Together, apart, down, and then we'll turn the arms down. We'll do one arm straight up. So you reach into your fingers straight up and reach down. How's the breath? Can you stay quiet on the inside as you hold the pose? Lovely, good. And then come down. And we'll go in the other direction. That's it, reach into your fingers. Good. 3, 2, 1. Down, we'll take one knee, bend it, take your hands around your shin or underneath the thigh. Both are good, right? Raise the knee towards the trunk. Now, hold the leg, right? So we bring it a bit closer, but we're not forcing anything. How's the breath? Give your breath its freedom. Relax the shoulders. Good. Take some breaths. So important. Think of the practice as a breathing practice. Give it importance. Lovely. Okay, we'll come to stretch the hips. So take this leg, cross it over the other one. Now, careful of the joints, mindful of the knee, the ankle maybe. We want to stretch the hip. Okay, slide this foot, if it's there for you, to position it on the lower leg. Yeah. Open this thigh, down a bit, no strain in the knee, working the hip. Sit up tall, stretch into the top leg heel. And then remember movement, if you're going to, so you might have enough stretch here now. And you breathe and you hold, right? But we get more stretch by keeping your spine long and by folding down. So the fold is not from the head dropping, it's from a tilt of the sit bones, the belly, abdomen moving out over the leg. So we get a stretch in the hip. And we breathe. As you breathe, see, can you bring awareness to the hip? Relax it. 3, 2, 1. Up you come. Take hold of the back of your thigh. Leg stretch. Hold the leg. Open across the ball of the foot. Stretch into your heel. Breathe. Give your breath its freedom by not overdoing the pose, by bringing awareness to your breath. And by guiding it, shepherding it. Full relaxed breaths. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we'll repeat that to the other side. Then we're kind of done. So bend the knee, hold the thigh, hold the shin, hug the leg in. Flex the ankle, flex the knee, flex the hip, but not the spine. Spine is extending up tall. Relax your shoulders and your face and your breath. Feel the stretch. Coming to the hip stretch, cross your leg. Now you may have enough stretch in the hip here, or sliding your foot onto the lower knee thigh, stretch into your heel. No strain in the knee now, work in the hip, open your thigh down. Just open it down to wherever you find some stretch. Take the breath there, lengthen your spine up, take some breaths there, maybe stay here, or folding out over the inner leg. Take the breath comfortably in and out. Take awareness to the stretch and hold. Continue to breathe in a relaxed way. Say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come to your hamstring stretch. Hold the back of your leg. Extend out your leg. Raise the leg. Relax the shoulders. Leg stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee. Bring the foot down. And we'll sit quietly for a while. So make yourself comfortable. We'll do a soft rotation to one side. Soft now, comfortable rotation, don't overdo it. And let's do a soft, comfortable rotation to the second side. Eyes closed. Come back to your center. And let the body now drop it into your chair. Turn your gaze inward. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Soften your lower jaw. Relax your face. Soften your eyes. Soften your belly. Relax the pelvic floor. Relax your entire inner body space. Let your breath come and go through your belly. Having a sense of the presence of your body. Open that presence, that sense of presence outwards. So that sense of presence is also sort of intermixed with a sense of spaciousness, openness. And we attune to present moment, open, spacious, relaxed awareness. And we rest there. Now the thinking mind will pull us out of it, but when we notice that's happened, it's not a big deal. We just let go of the thinking, come back to the knowing of the body, and then come back to the opening outwards. And then we come to the resting again in this relaxed, open, spacious awareness that's free from tension. And we'll rest there for 90 seconds or so. Now we begin to close off our practice. Once again, come back to having a sense of yourself. See how you're feeling now. Tune into the room that you're in. Come back to having a sense of the room that you're in, the space around you. Come back to having a sense of your physical body. Connect with it. Feel it. And beginning to encourage it again towards wakefulness and towards movement. You wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, slowly, carefully turning your head to one side and the other. And maybe stretching out to the side, maybe overhead, just whatever feels good. Waken your body up again. We put one hand on the chest, we put one hand on the belly below the navel. Take a nice long slow breath in. Remember, hands will rise as we fill the lungs from the bottom to the middle to the top. And the hands fall back down into the body as we empty the lungs. At the end of an exhale, release your hands to your legs. With your eyes closed, take your chin down towards your chest so your gaze is down. Now, keeping your gaze down, to mark the end of the relaxation, open your eyes slowly. Keep your gaze soft, and again, just become present, fully awake, fully alert. And mark the end of the practice itself completely. When you're ready, then lifting your head. And we're all done. Okay.